So okay, now let's see if I can get this post before Coop gets in here. Probably not. Cool, I got posted before. Hey, so yeah, we got there. Good morning, everyone. I am here. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this because I have other stuff to do today, but I wanted to get at least one stream in for today. So we'll get this done, and then for those who are curious, this is games like 41 through 50 top 64. And the next stream we'll have the last 6. Unfortunately, we did have 8 forfeits, but it's not like that many, so I'm fine with it. So next stream will only be 6 games long, and then after that we'll start piercing into top 64. Hey Marto, good morning. I guess you didn't remember that you were starring today, so we do have your game here. I was kind of hoping you'd be around, so that in case there's any questions I have in chat, I have for you. Yeah, so we will be starting with your game. We have 10 more here, obviously, and the last 6 of the round, and then we'll start top 64 soonish. For yes, to the 4 people who played their top 64, which was Friedel, which is 48. Aubrey and Nate Dogg. Don't worry, I will get to you when at the start of top 64. When people play their games in advance, I like to just wait until the actual round for them, so it's not like losing continuity, really. Anyway, good morning, everyone. We'll give it a few minutes for people to get in here, and then we'll get going. I keep saying that, and I'm like, I just excited. I want to start, so fuck it. I'm just gonna start as people come in. We'll do it. Because also, I only the pool games. I'm really excited for these matchups to get started, just because. We're on bracket now. There should be no. I mean, there have been, but there should be very good games going forward. So I'm excited. Good morning, Nomal. Oh no. I mean, Mario, it just depends where I wake up. It really just depends where I wake up. I woke up about an hour ago, but I had some stuff I need to do this morning. That's fair, yeah. I had some stuff I needed to do this morning. I also was kind of tired, so I was a bit lethargic. But I had some stuff I need to do when I get up as well. But I'm here now. Yeah, and I figured I might as well get one going while I have some time before I have to do my other stuff for today, because I have a lot I need to do today. So let's get going. So you have Taiwan seed 52 versus Marto seed 77. So 2 relatively middle seeds. Yeah, it's fair, Marto. It's kind of funny. So looking at this matchup here, we see 2 Scizors. And both sides have pretty decent checks and Zapdos and Milotic, of course. But Milotic's a bit worse because Milotic lets in Marto's Zapdos. So Marto doesn't have the best Zapdos responses. Like, realistically, what's his best response? Like, T-Tar? Taiwan doesn't have great responses to Marto's Zapdos, so I'm trying to say. Like, T-Tar's okay Zapdos response, but, like, I think the big thing is, like, if Marto can get up hazards and keep them up, like, Taiwan's just going to get worn down by the momentum of Scizor and Zapdos. That U-turn pairing is really, really strong here because both fighting each other's checks super well. Starmie also looking pretty solid. Not much really wants to come in on it either. And I can spin on Gengar, so it's going to be kind of hard for Taiwan to get out a hazard pressure here. I will say there's no Ghost type on Marto's side, so Hitmontop can spin relatively freely, but obviously Hitmontop laying in stuff like Zapdos is not ideal. Or Starmie, even. Like, going hard Starmie on Hitmontop is just such a big swing in momentum, even if it spins. I will say Gengar looks okay here, but there's a Blissey. But if you like trick the Blissey of Black Sludge or something, Gengar can kind of beat it down, which is big. Although Blissey's also kind of pressured by all the physical offense Taiwan has, which is obviously helpful. Yeah, I mean, Marto having 2 spares, both of which can somewhat easily spin on Gengar, means Rocks are gonna have trouble staying up, which opens up Zapdos a lot. Yeah, I know, and T-Tar's pretty good here, I will say, but like, Donphan's a really good defensive check, and Scizor's a very good offensive check, but T-Tar obviously can't take advantage of Pokemon like Blissey if it's running One Berry to prevent like a Thunder Wave or a Toxic. I know, I think I have to lean Marto here. Zapdos just so damn good in this matchup as a Scizor. Let's get into it. Taiwan on the left, Marto on the right. We see Solrock lead. Love to see that. I love Solrock. He is a funny guy. Solrock, like Cameron, is one of those guys who I really love. He's just really funny. And we're going to give his end. Get Rocks up his good boom. Goodbye, Mesprit. Yeah. Solrock is very funny. He, like Cameron, he can boom. He has, like, okay bulk. He's just funny. Anyway, ooh, Flamethrower Burn. If that's Serene Grace, that's, 20%, but still unfortunate. Based on the MB, I'm assuming it's Natural Cure. Yeah, it's an unfortunate Flamethrower Burn for Taiwan for sure. Get up a sub with Gengar. Good focus blast. Gonna miss. That wouldn't have done much damage anyway. Flamethrowers gonna come out, break the sub. Yeah, I mean, that focus blast would have done, what, maybe 25, 30, if I had to guess. And we're gonna keep breaking these subs with Flamethrower. Blissey's just getting health back. Gengar's presumably trying to proc some sort of berry if it's doing this over and over. But I'm not sure what berry. Oh, it's got Pain Split. Okay, makes sense too. Yeah, Pain Split makes sense on this set. Into Blissey, it's very good. Norway. So I don't know if Blissey Gengar wins this 1v1 though. I guess it can try and PP stall out the Flamethrowers with Pain Split and sub, which is definitely doable. Like, it's not impossible to do, but it's not easy. Oh, you see the Flamethrower. Yep. They go. We have Focus Blast. Oh, what the fuck? That's at 46. Oh, it was Life Orb. Yeah, I hadn't shown Life. I still can't believe it did 46 even with the Life Orb. That's crazy. I mean, obviously, there's a more physically defensive Blissey. Hi, Coop. Yeah, I was very happy when I got it done before you got here. You were late. Yeah, I'm very surprised for. I know it's Life Orb. It's probably modest, but Life Orb minus Gengar does not feel like it should do 46 to Blissey with Focus Blast. I guess it was a physically defensive. I don't know. But very good job on Tyrannel hiding that Life Orb the whole time. I mean, wow. That's, again, big thing of information in this format. Like, you can hide stuff. It's really big. We're not revealing the Life Orb until Blissey was in range, was very smart, not hitting it. Obviously, maybe dodging that Focus Blast early actually hurt Mardo because it meant that he didn't know about the Life Orb. So that could be an interesting discussion there. Anyway, Starmie's going to sub this time. In comes Milo. We're going to recover up. Milo's got Mirror Coat. Okay, so Starmie gets to full for free. Now it's got Psychic up, and only does 17. Okay, so it's probably not packing T-Bolt then, based on that. I assume the last one was just a water move. We're going to sub again. It's going to reveal Heat and Power. That's not going to kill. Hey, what are you looking to hit with that? It's probably HP Fire, just so Scizor can't take advantage of you. Okay, well, so it's going to take into Zapdos. Okay. On the Heat and Power, yeah, it's definitely Fire. Blissey had speed and special attack investment, and yeah, I was out of non-level range. It was big stand. I mean, to be fair, Mardo, I was also thinking he was a pinch berry based on how he was playing it, so I don't blame you for that play. I think that was just really good by Tyrannel specifically to hide that Life Orb for so long. I don't think it was you playing badly. I think it was just him playing very, very well in that sequence. I think he just hid the information very well. Like, I wouldn't say you made a mistake there. I'd say she just played it very well. Anyway, Zapdos gonna sub. So how many fucking subs do we see? Substitute Starmie, substitute Zapdos, substitute Gengar, yeah, wow. Lots of subs this game, but I mean, it is a very good move in Gen 4, so fair enough. We're going to give a Toxic on the Milotic. It's pretty big. Obviously, it'll proc its Marvel Scare, but it's probably fine. We're going to Roost up with Zapdos, get all the way back to full. Oh, we're going to miss a Rock Slide of Torterra. That's unfortunate. We're going to have a Toxic. Yeah, that's really big, especially because Rock Slide only has so much PP. And just that pressure, yep. And now we can just, sub-stall it down. Yeah, that Rock Slide missed, unfortunate. I don't know how much it really mattered, but it's unfortunate still. Okay, that second one really matters, because now we're taking so much damage. Yeah, now Torterra's getting really low. It's gonna mean Zapdos doesn't have to Roost for your game, Coop. Coop, did we? I think we already watched. No, Coop. I think your game was last stream. I'm pretty sure your game was last stream, Coop. Because I'm pretty sure we already watched that. You were versus I don't remember you were versus. Let me see. Just to be sure, but I'm pretty sure I already saw your game. Let me look. No, never mind. You are in here. You're versus Starmie. My bad. I thought we had already watched it. I guess I'm getting my streams mixed up. Yeah, you are in here then. Okay, we got Rock Slide. Also, you're calling Dark Knight your GOAT. Didn't he go 07 or something in TOR or something like that? Or 2 and 5 and he got really lucky in both wins? I don't remember. Anyway, we're going to taunt here. So Zapdos can't Roost, which is big. It's actually really big. Yeah, Thunderbolt's going to come off to do 26. That's not bad damage. Still edge, but obviously we only have so much PP. And Zapdos being taunted means it kind of is forced out here almost. We're going to catch a pursuit. Oh my god, Tyrannel is playing fantastic here. Wow. I mean, he's still not in a great position, but changing Zapdos' pursuit, putting in Rock Slide is great. Obviously, with a Gengar down, we aren't going to be able to... Oh, Gengar's still alive. So we're going to Assurance, expecting Gengar to come in. Now Gengar's going to come in, so he's going to try and prevent Donphan from spinning. We're going to Pain Split. You're going to Assurance again. Does 48, so that's good damage. But still, Shalbo should do a ton. It's going to be hard to... Yeah, oh, and we're going to sub again. Okay, Assurance comes out, though. So he wants to Pain Split again here. So he wants this play. But is he out of range still? He's supposed to be around no HP, yeah. So he's still out of range. But I mean, now I don't think he can... Yeah, now he just has to try and kill this thing. But he's probably in Shadow Ball range. So in comes Scizor. Get off the Shadow Ball. Do 28. That's not bad damage. But Gengar is going to go down to the Life Orb. Ah. Yeah, so we're going to see Starmie come in on HP Fire. Yeah, it's looking very good for Mardo here. I think Tylen's played very well, but Mardo's been taking advantage of the team still. We're going to get another sub off and refresh as Mimo's last... Well, I mean, last was cover, but yeah. Wait. So it's Mirror Code HP Fire as its offensive move. That's interesting. It's a very interesting Milo set. I don't know if I like it. Based on Marlo's message in chat of so being so I'm going to put this on fast a bit. So we can, based on how he's saying this. Actually, I'm just going to do what we usually just skip turns. Wait, it's like this. So let's just do that until this sequence is... Because, like, this is just a sequence of going back and forth, right? I assume. Yeah, we're just going to keep going. Miracle attempt on the sub. Yeah, I mean, eventually one of them's going to start running out of PP on something. We're at 10 recovers each, okay? There's definitely going to be a long sequence psychic. It's got Mirror Coat. But if he's down just 5 psychics, so the PP could actually come up here with the Milo versus the Starmie. Running out of attack moves on the Starmie. Refresh, okay, so he's just, yeah, now he's just trying to preserve PP because Refresh obviously does nothing here. Go recover with the Starmie. More serfs. We are now 20 PP of attacking moves left on this thing. Oh, there's the drop, so it might be a problem. Yeah, out to T-Tar now, as the Starmie just goes sub, obviously. So this is forcing him to sack the T-Tar, of course. Which is a bit rough. Yeah, so here's going to have a Surf. And now, of course, we do go back into the Milo. And now we just have to see who wins this 1v1, basically. I don't think it matters. Oh, no, Zapdos is in... Actually, this matters because Zapdos is in Rock's range. And so, Donphan can't ever spam us, assuming, unless it's running a fuck ton of speed, which I doubt it is. Oh, we're getting the drop again. Never mind, that's probably it. But yeah, how much PP? Oh, Starmie's out of Psychics. Maybe not. Maybe this game's still a chance ball. So yeah, Surf's doing virtually nothing. Interesting. Okay, so maybe Milo could, but I think Milo, I don't know if it can beat Scissor. It might be able to, but the problem is it needs to keep enough recovers, and I don't know if it's got enough recovers to beat Scissor at this point. Miracle gets up 38, but I don't know. I think Milo's just go around recovers before Scissor comes in is the problem. Surf can have a Mirror Coat, but Starmie can just recover here, right? It still has 8 left, yeah. Yep, but they're both going to recover again. I know, I definitely think this position is favoring Mardo here. How much? It still has a lot of Mirror Coats, so Mirror Coat is 32 PP. So that shouldn't be a problem there. Stormy's going to sub this time on the Mirror Coat, okay. And now Starmie can also just recover. Yeah, that's GHP Fire, you might as well. You died to HP Fire from Milo of Scissor. Oh, okay, and I assume your Scissor is not running bulk. Wait, based on that, not bulk, I mean speed. I assume your Scissor is not running speed then. Yeah. Yeah, it could mean sense, but okay, I did not realize, I just kind of assumed your Scissor might have been running some speed to catch a Milo, but fair enough. So yeah, this really does come down to this 1v1 then, because Zapdos dies to Rocks, and, actually, no, not necessarily. Like, Donphan lives in HP Fire pretty easily, and like, if you can just drain out all these recovers, Donphan might be able to 1v1 it anyway. Because HP Fire shouldn't be doing too much, right? I guess Scissor's slow, and yeah. We're still going here. We have a Surf there, yep. Team Power Fire, so not Miracling that time. We have 5 recovers on Starmie, 4 on Milotic. This is a very long sequence here, but that's okay. Here comes the recover from, so 4 recovers on Starmie now. And Milotic still down to just 8 hand power, so like that could be a problem into the Donphan. Surf's gonna come out. How much Surfs does it have left? It's down to just 5 Surfs. Okay, it's almost out of attacking move PP. Surf here, yep. I was just gonna recover, so Milo has 3 left, okay. Get a sub again with Starmie. Oh, that's his last substitute. Okay, wow, that's his last substitute. So I can't do that anymore. It just has 4 recovers, 4 surfs. So Starmie only has 8 more turns before he starts to struggle. Whereas Milo has a lot. 39. Get a Surf here. Just gonna keep power. Yep, he's not really frightened. He just wants to drain out these Surfs, of course. And we're going to KO this. KO. Not KO, sorry. We're going to break the sub. Get off an Earth Surf. Yep. How many does he have left? He has 1 Surf left. So this could be tough for Mardo here. He's almost out of attacking with PP. He goes for his final Surf. Miracle comes out, but Starmie obviously can't actually damage this thing anymore. I guess it just stays in and tries to waste PP, right? Yeah. You might as well, because, like, that's all you can do. This, yeah, I mean, it's been a long sequence, but I think they're both playing this pretty well, though. But for 10 minutes, it's still the same match. Yeah, I mean, this is a long sequence. I was going to play on fast, but, like, I thought it's fine. Yep, we're going to go. Yep, and then, yeah, I mean, Starmie's going to start struggling. Milo can HP fire, but he only has 5 left and needs those HP fires for Donphan and Scizor, so he can't really do that. He also preserves last 2 recovers. Just a quick refresh over, but it's taking, like 7% per turn. That could add up. Is it going to use a recover? No, it's not. Okay. Basic could recover this turn. Probably should. I don't know. It depends. Crit struggle. Okay. Now let's go quick the recovery. Yeah, so it's back up virtually at full. Okay, so let's get coming in. Donphan. But this thing only has 5 HP fires, so can't do enough. HP fire critical doing 42. We're going to spin away the rocks being Zapdos wins. Ooh, wow, that's getting the game pretty much. I assume Zapdos wins from here, right? Oh, maybe not. Milo's really low. Milo's really healthy. I mean, he has a Spidef drop on it. Never mind. Yeah, Milo's a Spidef drop on it. We're going to Roost. Makes sense. There's no reason to not to. HP fire. Yeah, we're going to Roost again because it just can't frame us. And then with the Spidef drop, Thunderbolt should KO, I think. So, yeah, you should be fine. Yeah, this is a very long bout. Right? This weekend versus Starmie versus Milotic was very interesting, though. I think a lot. That was actually pretty interesting. I guess it was kind of boring, but I think there was a lot going on there behind the scenes. And Zapdos go substitute, and that's going to be out of the game. Yeah, now I can just Thunderbolt as even if it Mirror Coats. Yep. Wow, that only with the 60, that only 65 unit with the drop. That's crazy. That's a very Spidef Milo. Makes sense, though, in this matchup. And yes, Zapdos is going to pull it off, clean up. Wow, what a game. That was a really good game. I mean, we saw Solrock trade really early. We saw the Blissey doing a lot of work. Starmie just literally running out of PP, but it just kept the Milo in for so long that eventually the Milotic was going to go down. I will say, obviously, I think the drop did help, but I don't know how much it mattered in the end, because I'm pretty sure Zapdos could have just kept subbing, right? Kept subbing, and it runs out of Mirror Coats anyway. So I think it was fine no matter what. Yeah, Assurance, Donovan makes sense here. Subsplit Ganger of the Life Orb Focus Blast being the Blissey 1v1 was really cool. Yeah, and then we've got plans to let me die to allow to spin if that crit high roll. Yeah, if crit. Okay, did I cut out for a second? Hopefully it's working still. Let me look. Hey, are we working still? I know my OBS stopped for a minute. Are we fine on the stream? My OBS apparently disconnected. Alright, cool. My OBS disconnected for a second there. I was like freaking out. Okay, cool. Let's get into the next one. I mean, what a first game. That was game 1 of this stream. If they're going to be able to play this, we're in for a lot of great gameplay here. Let's get into... Oh, one second. We're at ping, though, in here. All right, let's... 1 second. All right. Let's go back. Sorry, but that was just checking a ping. Let's get on to game 2. So, wow, what a first game. My God. What a first game. Let's go on to game 2. Now we have Swiggus versus Sleepy. Sleepy, of course, the reigning Emerald Open champion. Very good at Gen 3 draft, and so far she's done very well in Gen 4 as well. Versus Swiggus, who I know is pretty solid Gen 3. I think this might be his first Gen 4 tournament. I think I remember him saying that in Martini League. But, also both are doing very well. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that going Scizor could have been helpful, yeah. But I mean, it worked out in the end. But yeah, I do agree. Maybe that was slightly suboptimal, Mardo, but you managed to pull it off anyway. Okay, so let's go into this. Suicune looking really good. Obviously, like, Tangrowth can kind of check it, but Tangrowth LAV doesn't really check Suicune that well, right? Like, Ice Beam does kind of destroy you, and if you Power Whip, like, you're still risking missing. Yeah, I don't think Tangrowth is the best Suicune check. I mean, you obviously run special defensive Tangrowth here, right? Obviously for Zapdos, Suicune, Celebi, but it doesn't, like, hold up that well. It's not that special defensive. It doesn't have regen in this generation. Also, I think it's going to be really hard for Tangrowth to stave off this offense. That's kind of what Tangrowth needs to do here. On the other hand, we are seeing Joyce's office isn't looking bad. Flygon specifically looks really good into everything other than Suicune. Like, yes, you have stuff like Celebi can kind of switch out, but they don't enjoy taking outrages, and Steelix can get worn down trying to check things. Fernet looking solid. Obviously, our okay checks to it, but it's going to be very important here to break down the core of Umbreon, Steelix, and Celebi, which is pretty fat, to be fair, but definitely Infernape looking very, very strong here. Just have to make sure Tentacruel gets weakened early. It shouldn't be too hard to do. No Ghost type on either side, so both spinners looking pretty solid here. Although spikes do look pretty good in the Sleepy because obviously, not obviously, well, I don't know why I say obviously. Why do I say obviously so much or whatever? But Tentacruel can come in on those Fortress spikes, but it doesn't enjoy taking an Earthquake. And Surf isn't going to do that much of it, especially defensive Fortress, which it should be here because, like, almost all Sleepy's offense is special, right? I guess the Ambipom is the only real physical attacker on this team. I Steelix, but Steelix is doing real offensive, but see a special offense for Sleepy side looking very, very strong here. What else? The Zapdos obviously looking. God, I'm sorry I used that word. I don't know why I do that. I just am like, whatever. The Zapdos looking very, very good. T-Tar's the only real thing that comes in. I guess Cresselia too. And Crest is looking pretty good, but it can't run Mall Psychic because of the existence of Umbreon. So I'm not sure exactly what Cresselia will do here. It has a variety of options, of course, though. Like, Psychic Signal beam works pretty well. It should beat down Steelix if Steelix is not running a specifically Roar. I know. This is a really hard one to call. I'm kind of wing Sweepy on the back of Suicune, but it's really tough. Let's get into it. So you have Suicune left, Sleepy. I keep seeing Sweepy now because of Suicune. Sleepy on the right. So we're going to see probably trading rocks here. Yep, trading the classic DVP turn 1 rocks trade. We're going to be forced out into Fortress because we want to spin. Earthquake's going to come out, only do 21. Steelix not that strong, so that makes sense. Doesn't really tell us that much about Fortress's spread, at least based on my head calcs. Earthquake's only do 23 though, so yeah. 2 weak Steel type Signature with Earthquake's not doing too much damage. Very funny. Now we're going to have the spin on Swiggus' side, getting rid of those rocks. Into Flygon, I'm presumably expecting an Earthquake, but no, rocks are going to go back up. Flygon forcing some pressure, but it's just going to U-turn out into Cresselia. Okay. What's it? It's got Ice Fang here for 7. Not going to do that much with the stand-up. Obviously, not healing from lefties. Going to get off our Calm Mind, but Steelix get Taunt. Very nice. So Crest can only get up to +1. Yeah, honestly, +1 Crest probably isn't going to break through Steelix that well. Depends on HP. Yeah, it's HP Fire, I guess. Right? Let's look at the matchup. I always look at the matchup to see if we can deduce the game power. Yeah, it's HP Fire for Steelix Celebi, for sure. It's HP Fire then. But Umbreon's going to come in and take nothing from it. In comes Fortress. Umbreon's going to baton pass out into Zapdos. Very good pressure from Sleepy here. You'll see the Zapdos come in there, and then T-Tar's going to come in. Rain Dance from Zapdos. It doesn't get Wear Ball in the shin, does it? No, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I know Raikou does, but that's really an event move like Aura Spirit. We're going to Suicune here. Roar on the T-Tar, though, going to force in the Tentacruel. But Tentacruel does force a lot of pressure on this with the water stab in the rain, of course. Gains Cresselia and forcing out those T-Tar does mean free spin here. A Relicanth is going to come in. We're going to knock. I mean, this thing is it might actually be Rocket in this matchup, so it might not be abusing the Swift Elemental, which is kind of funny. I mean, who knows? I don't actually know. I assume it's Rocket here. It will make the most sense, right? Baton pass into Steelix. As we see the double rockers on Swiggus' side. I don't hate that into a tough Zapdos matchup. I really don't hate the double rockers. Get the Waterfall flinch. Earthquakes can come out. And we do 38. Yeah, Relicanth has decent natural bulk. Relicanth has had a really good tournament showing so far for like it's like 3 or 4 points or whatever it is. Waterfall's gonna come out and do 18 to Celebi. It's actually not bad damage. Can't heal it off. I mean it's recovered, but it's not lefties. We've Storm going to KO here, but it's does lane Flygon. Suicune is going to come out on the obvious U-turn. Yep, U-turn getting off another 13 on this thing. Into T-Tar, wanting to get the sand back up. That makes sense. Get off another Surf here. Crunch. Dropping the Spadef is real. I mean, the Fizdef is really big. This might actually force a Suicune out. Nobody's going to stay in. It gets a crit Surf. Oh, that's rough for Swiggus there. He would really like that additional damage on, like, the additional, like, 33 or so on the Suicune. But we say if that -1 defense, Infernape can force it out. But that crit's really rough on the T-Tar. Close Combat doing 36, taking out Steelix from that range. Let's get come in now. It is the Tentacruel, okay? Yeah, we didn't see Life Orb on Infernape, so it might be choiced. You see Crest come in as it spins again. Okay, but both rockers are down, so other rocks are staying off, which is really big for Zapdos. Go for the Psychic, do very low damage. And Selby's just going to U-turn out. Yeah, not revealed that yet. So, based on Leaf Storm U-turn, I'm assuming it's like me, a Specs or a Scarf set. Get off a Calm Mind with the Crest here. Gonna knock off its leftovers now. Sand is gonna be chipping it very, very quickly. Psychic doing 58, so it does 2 at KO. But you just go Umbreon. Yeah, very free Umbreon there. Crest gonna switch out to Fortress. As a, I'm gonna just go Wish. We're just gonna bring in a Tentacruel. Yeah, Tentacruel can I know. I feel like you almost want Earthquake there, right? Because if the Tentacruel gets up to full, it gets up super high. It just depends away your things anyway. Yeah, Air Surf and Earthquake's gonna do 48. Yeah, I don't know if I love the spikes play there, but we'll see. Tentacruel's gonna KO the Fortress. I like that name by the way, Tentacion. It's a good name. Did that name? Yep. Gonna kill the Tentacruel of Earthquake, so this spike is staying up, but obviously it's not as big as the rocks would have been. Because Zapdos is here in the back. You have a Psychic doing 11, so it makes me think it's Scarf, not Specs based on damage. Crest is gonna go down to Sand. Flygon's gonna come in. Stacking up the Umbreon to U-turn here, or Outrage, I guess. That works too. Zapdos comes in. Zapdos sure takes an Outrage. Yeah, it's like Scarf damage. So, yep. And Zapdos can just roost this off. And Flygon's obviously locked into it. But she is risking a crit, though, I will say. 44, yeah, easily roost this off. Yep, and now, like, what's fine? I guess Flygon can just quick hit again. I mean, it probably has to, right? If it's gonna hit itself. As I was gonna have the Rain Dance to remove the Sand. I like that, keeping her team healthy. We're gonna roost again, and Flygon's gonna hit itself a second time. It's unfortunate. It is 50%. Oh, wow, 3 in a row. Okay, that's unfortunate. So, yeah, so he just lost free coin flips in a row there. That's unfortunate for him. But that is confusion sometimes. But it's going to break through and do only 29 to the wake. That doesn't even do that much. That's a Fizz Devis Suicune, I mean. That's a Fizz Devis Hell Suicune. In comes Infernape, but I don't think Infernape can win the second game, especially if it's choiced. It's Earthquakes here, so I don't think you would walk into that if you were choiced, but... and Scarf Celebi is not choiced, but Scarf Celebi is going to take... Or I guess it could have been Man, but Scarf Celebi is going to take all the Psychic. Wow, what a game. Well, we've had some great games so far stream. Yeah, Taunt Steelix... keeping the crest off from getting to a booster. That's Rain Dance Zapdos really cool. That's definitely an ADV style attack where you Rain Dance to get rid of the sand and to keep your lefties going. I mean, this was a very ADV ST, I'm not gonna lie. Like with like essentially 5 leftovers and then like 1 breaker and like Rain Dance to get rid of sand. But it did work. It shows it's still effective, obviously. Yeah, very, very cool team from Sleepy. I like this a lot. Showing like she can apply those like really good ADV principles to ADP. Roar T-Tar makes a lot of sense to this team. I like that a lot. Relicanth kind of did stuff, so that's cool. Calm Mind HP Fire. I get it, but I know I feel like Crest. I guess you probably need a 4th move, right? So I'm assuming it's like Calm Mind HP Fire Psychic Rest. I assume is the 4th move. I almost wish you had gone Signal Beam just because I think Umbreon's a bigger annoyance than Steelix. But that's just me. But I guess if you're rested, it doesn't matter. So all I'm going to do is use Toxic Use. So maybe I'm wrong. I know, but still, that's a good one for Sleepy, advancing to top 64. Very, very fantastic game, though. I really enjoyed that one. Okay, 2 games in, 2 bangers so far, so let's see if we can keep the train going. Game 3, we have Dr. Geo versus Espionage. Dr. Geo, of course, made finals this month in DPP Cup, has a very solid DPP track record in the few tournaments he's done. I know he hasn't done that many, but he's done very well in every one he's done. Espionage made top cut the last 2 years, I think it's a she. I'm just gonna say they. I think they did pretty well the last 2 years. I know Espionage. I think Espionage knocked me out. No, I know it was Espionage. No, I think I knocked out Espionage in DT1. And then I remember now. So I think I'm the one who knocked Espionage out in DT1. But I remember it being a really good game. But anyway, let's get into the matchup here. Let's take a look. D-Knight preying on Miltank's downfall. I didn't even see a Miltank yet. Well, Miltank does have the best matchup here in Team Infernape Shaman, because obviously it doesn't have like Sapsip or anything. Let's see. D-Knight, very, very strong here. Swampert is obviously okay check. Shaman can do the job. Fortress can, but you get hit with a fire move, hurts a lot, obviously. Magazone trapping the Fortress is also really big, but Fortress can run Earthquake, can run Shed Shell. In fact, I think you might have to run Shed Shell on Fortress here, just to preserve it for the D-Knight, but I could be wrong. Infernape looking decent, but obviously Swampert Crest, Dusknoir are good checks to it, but it can just pivot around. And, like, honestly, pivoting around with Infernape and just U-turn in, like, Infernape U-turn into Shaman on the Swampert's really, really big. Because Seafleur is incredibly spammable in this game. Yes, Shaman looks amazing. It's incredible spammable Seafleur, and Gaspion just have a great way to break it down either. Like, Shaman looks fantastic here. Oh my god, this is an amazing Shaman game. Raikou looking pretty solid. Okay, electric resist. And obviously you can't run both. But honestly, in this team, you can just run Aura Spear, right? Like, you don't give a shit about Miltank outspeeding you, so you just run, like, Aura Spear and you run the Rash nature. You don't need the speed at all. The Espeon's team is so slow. You can easily run Rash with Aura Spear and HP Grass. That's completely free. No Dark type on Geo's side makes Crest somewhat varying. Geo might need something like a trick on Mesprit to neutralize it. Because Fortress Boom doesn't do enough with its low attack set to really break through Crest. Yeah, like specifically Calm Mind Crest looks really, really difficult for Geo to break. You might need like Roar on Swamp. I can even see Roar on Raikou coming to help with that. I'm also noticing the fighting resist on Geo's side aren't great. Hitmontop, obviously, Hitmontop's very good here offensively. It also can spin Breeze with no Ghost type on Geo's side, so Hitmontop's looking like a pivotal piece in this matchup. And Dusknoir can spin block Fortress, so if Espeon wants to go a hazard stacking stat route, they definitely can. I think I'm gonna lean. Oh, this is a tough one to call. No Dark on your side, yeah. Mesprit is good offensively, that's true. Mesprit is good offensively. That's fair, yeah. I see that. This is a tough one. I think I'm gonna lean Geo barely, but it's a really hard call here. But I think Shaman's just so damn good. Let's go into it. We see Shaman leading off into Magnezone. Okay, it's got Earth Power turn 1 pop for sure. Urbano Swallow doing 30 for as a specially defensive Swallow. We do get the Def Drop, so we're going to stay in, get off on our 50. 56. Sludge Bomb's going to come out, only do 51 to Shaman. Get the Poison, but Shaman comes to clear that off with Natural Cure. It's Lumberry. Wow, Lumberry Shaman when he has Natural is very interesting. I guess he just didn't want to be forced out. Hand Power, Ice, obviously, for D-Knight. We have a Toxic on the Crest. The Crest starts to Calm Mind, so that's very, very good Shaman set so far. Lumberry of all these is really interesting. Swarmer's going to come in. Crest going to get up to +2. And I assume Swarmer's just going to Roar here to cover a rest. Crest goes Psychic, do 40. Yep, there's the Roar. Very obvious. In comes the Magnezone. It's presumably not running HP Grass then, so we're just going to Earth Power. Crest comes back in here. But we can just Roar it again. It just wants to get Chip with Psychic, if that makes sense. Get up the Rocks. And now Psychic's not going to KO, but it's going to get very, very close now. We got the drop. Out to Fortress. Crest goes Psychic again. Only doing 11 to Fortress is probably a more specially defensive Fortress than based on that damage. Presumably to try and tank a hit for Magnezone. We're going to pay back. Only doing 9 to Magnezone, but based on that special defense, I think it should have a hit. It's Shed Show anyway, so that makes sense. Magnet Rise from Magnezone makes sense to cover the Earthquake from that thing. Hidden Power Grass, so it is HP Grass. It is going to KO through the Rindo Berry. It has the Magnet Rise up, so that means Shaman can't come in and revenge usually. Infernape is to bring in here. Gonna sack the Swalot so he can't get momentum. Yep, Swalot to Rocks. Hitmontop's gonna come in and intimidate the Infernape, so we know it's physical now. We're at close combat. 1 second. Geo's now on his hotspot. Scarf close combat do 69, but it's not gonna KO. Infernape's gonna KO back with its own close combat. In comes the Dragonite. We're gonna switch out to Mesprit. As just Earthquakes, okay? I don't. That kind of signifies Scarf D-Knight, right? Because like if you weren't Scarf, you would always E-speed there, but you don't want to risk taking HP Ice. I guess it could have been like Yachi, but I feel like that signifies Scarf D-Knight to me, but I could be wrong. Anyway, Signum's gonna count on the Fortress, do 113. Now that we know it's not HP Fire, we can just stay in here. Go Magnet Rise, but Fortress probably just gonna use this opportunity to get hazards or hit itself in Confusion. Get off a Thunderbolt. Fortress is gonna boom here. Get off 44. It's not even terrible damage to me. Yeah, let's say Scarf Hitmontop's like the worst possible item there. Like it's cool, but it did not work in that matchup there at all. Hymensaur, yeah, it whips and kills. Yeah, Scarf Hitmontop was honestly kind of bad for him. And we're gonna plus 1. Yeah, I think Raikou might just win here. Yeah, that Scarf Hitmontop, as cool as it was, did not really work out in the long term. HP Grass, yep, it's Rindo. Is a survive. Let's go Waterfall, though it's not, doesn't have Earthquake, or it does have Earthquake or Roar. Torrent, yeah, it does a lot, but it does have Earthquake or Roar, or at least he maybe was going around, playing around a. Oh yeah, as I expected, I called it. Is Scarf D-Knight based on the not going for speed or but Mesper's coming in. Mesper is also Scarf, and it's a Scarf speed tie. Scarf speed tie unless the D-Knight wasn't running max, which it might not have been. But Signal Beam's get KO, Espeon, and then the Shaman, and then you just bring it in front of me and just win. Wow, what a game. What a game. Yeah, obviously it would have been better if it was a not Scarf. Shaman doing a lot of work on Weed. A very good Swampert set as a way to stop Cress. Yeah, cool Magnet Zone makes a lot of sense in this matchup. Obviously, Magnet Rise, we've been seeing a lot this tournament for stuff like Registeel and Fortress, but it's just very good. Scarf D-Knight is interesting. I don't know if I love the Scarf D-Knight here. I really don't. Like, sure, the Outrage resists aren't great, but, like, I don't know. I feel like Scarf D-Knight's a bit of a weird choice. I get it, but I don't love it here. I guess the whole expectation was, oh, I think the whole expectation of the Dragon was, okay, I will trap Fortress with Magnet Zone, eliminate it with Magnet Rise, and then I will be able to spam Outrage. But the problem with that is Shed Chill is an item that exists. And so because Geo respected the Magnet Zone's trapping, for D-Knight kind of became a lot worse. Even though it was day in the end game, it just wasn't able to position it correctly. And honestly, Hitmontop with Scarf just wasn't good here, I'll be honest. I don't think it made any sense. I think you need a bulkier Hitmontop in general. I don't think Scarf ever made any sense here. Like, why are you even hoping to revenge with it? Like, Raikou, you already have another Scarfer. Why are you Scarfing your Hitmontop if you're already planning to run Scarf D-Knight? I don't get it. But, yeah, it's going to be a win for Geo, advancing to top 64. Oh, wow, we got all these insane games. Coming up next, we have OG Albino, content creator extraordinaire, also a very good battler who has done well in ADV before, and I think he did okay the last DT played in, from what I remember, versus Vesuvius, last year's reigning champion. So two fantastic players. This is going to be big. Scarf Top, Scarf Top outspeeds Raikou, but I still don't think it's worth it. Scarf Top easily outspeeds Raikou. It's pretty sure Bandit, not Adamant. Yeah, Scarf Top outspeeds. I was saying I thought Adamant, but no, it technically doesn't. So we have two very, very good players here. Obviously, Vest is the favorite despite being the lower seed, as he is the reign champion. Let's see what we can go into in this matchup. Let's see. So Zapdos is a decent start. Roserade, Piloswine, Rotom, though, those are the sturdiest checks. Obviously, Heatran kind of helps too, but Zapdos looking very, very good here in the long term. It's also very difficult for OG Albino to break down over the course of the game. Starmie is very difficult to switch into, though, for Vest. It's really only Shaman, and Shaman doesn't like taking Rabia boosted Ice Beams. So that could be big. If OG Albino can catch him with an Ice Beam on the switch, it can just 2-hit KO and force a KO, pretty much. Shaman looking not great into Roserade. Heatran, like, it's okay, but it's not amazing. Clef is actually very good for OG Albino here. Vest does not have really good ways to break down Clef, none at all. Like, Clef kind of just sits on a lot of this team. Actually, by a lot, I mean, like, all of this team. Vest has very few ways to break through Clef. There's not even any, like, physical boosters either to, like, try and boost perpendicular to it and break it down. Yeah, Clef's actually looking fucking insane here. That's crazy, yeah. Zam looking very good, though. No Dark type outspeeds the whole team, of course. That's very good. I know, though, like, this Clef looks so hard for Vest to deal with. Like, Zapdos looks really hard for OG Albino to deal with, but God, this Clef is a monster here. Round 4 Clef is always kind of funny, but it is going wayer and wayer now. They say it's moving down a point next year for a reason. I just see Roam's a decent spin blocker into Donphan. Obviously, Donphan can't assurance you, but it's not the easiest thing in the world to pull off. Cloyster can't really spin that easily on Roam either, so I definitely can see a Spikes plan from OG Albino being very good here. Mischievous probably doesn't come. It's an okay Starmie blocker. I guess, like, maybe it comes over Magnet Zone. Magnet Zone doesn't really offer that much here outside of, like, Boom. So I can definitely see Mischievous coming over Magnet Zone for sure. I think I'm going to have to lead OG Albino here. That Clef looks amazing. Quill, honestly, Marto, that's not that crazy of a statement. I think that's a very real set to bring here as SD Quillfish. It outspeeds a lot of the team. Well, no, it outspeeds Heatran and Clef. If you can probably live a hit from Clef if it's not running super effective coverage. You can probably live a +1 hit from Clef if it's not running Thunderbolt or Psychic. And then you can Boom it +2. Like, that's not a bad set. I know that's kind of a joke, but SD Quillfish could actually be the bring here if it comes. Starmie into Alakazam. Okay, Starmie's being forced directly into Clef already on the Shadow Ball. Forcing out the Alakazam. We're going to bring in Zapdos. You're going to knock off the Clef, so it's not like some sort of setup set. Fair enough. But game of his leftovers is really big. Thunderbolt only to 25. That's a special defensive Clef. He gets paralyzed, which doesn't matter because it can't be fully paralyzed again. I guess it means it's sort. I guess the power matters in that it's now slower than Donphan. That's what it. I don't remember if Vacuum Pressure is legal. I think it might be, but I don't remember. I'd have to check the rules. Check, like, the validation on this here. We're going to go for Toxic here. This Clef is just going to be really annoying. We do get the rocks up as well. Roam comes in as Donphan's going to get Vest's rocks. Fair enough. Okay, we get Shaman here on the Shadow Ball, Winty 28. Out to Roserade on Shaman Synthesis. Makes sense. Alakazam comes in on a Sludge. Honestly, to do a ton. He has 71. No poison, but Alakazam is very, very low now. Back into Clefable on the Psychic. Only just 30, though. Focus Blast, probably in Focus Blast. I guess not just have the Focus Blast, though. Psychic's going to get a drop. Clef is going to... Oh, man. That crit probably mattered, by the way. That crit almost definitely mattered because Knockoff's only Travi's power and Clef's physical attack is terrible. Even though Alakazam's Fizz Dev is terrible, like, there's probably 0 IVs, too. That crit on Iroquois probably mattered. But, yeah, so that's unfortunate for Vest. That crit... I think it's the first time I've ever seen, like, a crit knockoff matter. I think this might be the first time knockoff kill. I've seen, like, Rapid Spin kill a few times in Gym 4, but very real knockoff. Anyway, second crit's gonna KO the Shaman. I mean, the Roserade. Heatran's gonna come in. We do see the Qwilfish come in, but it's just gonna take 64 from the overheat. So it did come. Into Rotom. It's just gonna Thunder Wave because it's a more utility set. And now it's gonna Boom, expecting a double, but he does not get it. Rotom staying in means Qwilfish doesn't have nothing. This is a free Shaman, though, and Shaman's obviously a very strong position in this matchup. Seafair comes out doing 38 to Staraptor, not getting the drop. It is forced out, of course. Get off the U-turn. Okay, back into Starmie. Starmie looking very frightening now with Shaman at 76. It's 64 after switching. Starmie's going to get off the spin as Dominant Earthquakes for 62. That's pretty good damage, I will say. And we're going to switch out to Shaman on the Ice Beam. That's going to do 35. Yeah, Shaman's in range of another one. Even if after Citrus is in range of another one, that was probably a roll, but yeah. Shaman's going to go down here. Vest's really far behind now. Zapdos going to come in, but Zapdos is obviously slower. Almost a Scarf, but it's not. Ice Beam going to do 60. Zapdos going to KO it, but he's so far behind now. I don't know. I mean, regardless of the knockoff crit mattered, I don't think knockoff crit really mattered your way because Alakazam would have died to Rocks when he came back in. And Scarf Heatran come in. Cloyster is the last Pokemon. I don't think this was a Scarf Flamethrower, does it? Yeah, no, and Scarf Heatran is going to clean up. And Donphan obviously doesn't live here. Yep. So OG Bio can take a dominant 4-0 win over Vesuvius, knocking out last year's champion in the round of 128. That's right, both of last year's finalists are out now. Both Vesuvius and Marshy are out of the tournament. So we will at least have 2 new finalists. And actually, one of our semifinalists, Black 117, is also, I believe, the only I believe this means the only person who was in top 4 from last year's tournament who made top 64 this year is Bretimus. Wow, what a... Yeah, I'm pretty sure Brett's still in. I guess I can look. Let me look. Brett's still in, I believe, right? Let me just go to... Yeah, so Brett is literally the only person from last year's semifinals who is still in the game this tournament. We have a lot of new... I guess that means we have a lot of up-and-coming players coming out this year and showing out, which is very exciting. So yeah, only one player from last... We'll see if Brett can hold on to it and make it back that far, but he's the only one of last year's like top players still in. Game 5, we have Crying versus Ball Diddleman. So Crying is obviously the 2 seed, a very, very good player, very good player on Smoke. I believe they have good draft experience as well. Versus Ball Diddleman, who I didn't really know, but he was playing this game, so he definitely deserves to be here. So let's get into the matchup. But so far we've had 4 amazing games. We'll see if we have a 5th one here. Well, Crying Steel Type is a Mawile, but they do have 2 really bulky waters and a T-Tar, so like Dragonite is obviously scary. But it's not like you don't have aiming to deal with it. You do have like responses, right? It's not impossible. It's frustrating, but it's not impossible. You also have Intimidate from Tauros, which could come up. Raikou is not great in this team. Free Electro Resist, no with Chariot weaknesses. That's going to make it a bit tough for it. Celebi not looking bad, though. Celebi's really good offensively. The graphs just aren't great, and the one that is like there is really Roserade. That doesn't really want to come in and take a Psychic as well on the follow-up. Machamp also looking quite good. The Fighting Resist is like mostly Rotom, and you can payback that. On Crying side, though, Rotom is very frustrating for Ball Diddleman to break down. It's really fat, obviously. It's very, very good in this matchup. And like it probably doesn't even need its coverage move. I just like chose Wash because it's like the most generically applicable. And it hits Steelix, but it doesn't really need its coverage move here at all. T-Tar looking solid, but Blastoise, Steelix, Machamp give it a bit of a hard time. I don't know. I think I have to lean Ball Diddleman in this matchup. I think I really do. Even though Crying's like an amazing player, I think I have to lean on terms of Pokemon alone, Ball Diddleman. Let's get into it. Blastoise into Machamp. We're going to go for a Water Spout, doing only 48. Wow. Scarf Water Spout only doing 48. That's a bulky-ass Machamp. Close Contact to do 56. Obviously, just switch out because we're going to do no damage with Water Spout now. Hey, into Moltres U-turn out is Frost Rotom. Okay, so I was wrong on that, but fair enough. So Frost Realm for presumably threatening the D-Knight makes sense. Go burn the Ambipom, so that was pretty much useless. Shower doesn't do that much damage. U-turn give you a 5, but it's going to be another White 4 pay on the Ambipom. I don't even know if I like the U-turn there, honestly. Raikou comes in, yeah, that was just extra chip on your Ambipom for nothing as Rome's going to rest. In comes the T-Tar on the Raikou. You get a Thunderbolt for not too much damage. So we're going to get up the rocks. As we can say, he has Citrus Berries here. He has a bulkier set, but Moltres is pretty free here. Get Shift Warrior as Stone Edge. Payback's going to have only doing 33. Yeah, it is going to Air Slash, so it is packing it, but it's not going to KO. And it gets the flinch. Oh, that's rough for Baldoom in there. I also would have liked to get that off. You have a Stone Edge there, but yeah, that Air Slash flinch is really bad. It means Moltres is still completely healthy. Oh, not healthy, it was at 54. Swords Dance Celebi, okay, I really like that set, but it's going to get roared. But Swords Dance Celebi actually looks really good here, I have to admit. Get in the Raikou. So Raikou's not in a great position. Get HP Grass. Obviously, Swamper's going to be Rindo. I mean, it's always Rindo's matchup. Earthquake's going to kill the Raikou. And yeah, Crying in a very dominant position so far. Celebi's going to come in. Just get a Seed Bomb up, but yeah, like you just go into Rotom, take like pet, not too much from that, yeah. With the lefties, you're even free at KOing. Celebi's going to SD here for him. Is it leftovers on the, is it Sweep Talk on the Roams? It is. He's going to get the Shallow Ball. Does 55, and it swings 9 range of another Seed Bomb here. And it's going to wake up, no, it's not going to be able to. Zen Headbutt going for the flinch, you might as well. It's going to get the flinch, so Rotom can't sleep down. So Celebi is going to take this out. So maybe Baldoom is getting back in the game slightly. In comes the Swampert on the Seed Bomb. Okay, so it go down. What's going to come into Revenge, though? T-Tar, okay. T-Tar's Scarf, obviously. So if you bring in there, it's obviously Scarf. Like, I guess it could be random, but it's Scarf if you're bringing in there. Crunch Go Revenge. In comes the Blastoise. So I didn't even realize there were 2 Blastoises when I looked at the matchup. Anyway, Surf going to come out on the Rose Raid. Grass not going to do. Is Rindo, is it like Mirror Coat? No, it's just going to spin it. Based on that damage, it does die to another Grass Knot here. So it did get rid of the hazards at least, but now you're able to burn Ambipom and whatever you have in the back. Dragonite's last Pokemon is Rose Raid packing HP Ice. It is. Pops the Yachi, what's Dragon going to do? It's good Dragon Dance, so it can at least claim a KO here, but I don't know if it can clean up here, right? It's got a Lock into Outrage, yeah. I don't think anything goes to Outrage. We have to hope for the confusion. Blastoise comes in. Oh, Scarf. When we knew it was Scarf Blastoise, but wow, the Dragonite did not respect the Blastoise with the speed creeping. Which makes sense. I mean, I want an Eater, so yeah. And as a result, the Scarf Blastoise is going to catch that, and I'm also going to double edge recoil. Crying's going to take on the one. Yeah, Dragonite not respecting Blastoise and the speed creeping hurt it here, but like I went an Eater, so I get it. Serious Berry Machamp was good. I am a pump so bad, man. I feel like surely something else would embarrass me, like Steelix or something. Surely. Ambipom just seems so bad. I guess like there's not good norms this, but I know like you do like nothing to the Rotom anyway. Even with Life Orb, did like 40. SD Cell was really cool. I like that say a lot. I mean, this team obviously is decent bad def, but like physical is pretty good at just like smacking through the team. Especially since like Mawile probably doesn't come here. Yeah, I like that say a lot. On Crying side, we do see the Moltres do good work, of course. And keeping rocks up. And actually, Baldoom didn't even bring a rocker, did he? No. His only rocker was Celebi, and he didn't make Steelix. So yeah, this Moltres was given free reign because there were no rocks, which is interesting, I guess. Yeah, nothing too wild on Crying side. The rest talk made a lot of sense. Scarf Water Spout Blastoise was cool. It did clean up. It did win the end game for him, right? It got the Ice Beam off on Dragonite in the end. So yeah, very good win from Crying. One of our more dominant games we've watched so far. But Crying's going to move on. Yeah, on to Game 6. I don't know if he's still in chat, but now we have Coop the Pooper versus Starmie. So Starman is a very accomplished Smogon player, and then Coop is relatively new to Gen 4, but he's impressed me so far. Let's get into it. Let's see. Special and very specifically looks really, really good here. The only thing that really comes in on you after is Starmie. I guess there's a... Actually, no, Arrow, because with the Sands, Vacuum Wave isn't going to do shit to Arrow, so never mind. Arrow's a problem. Arrow's definitely a problem here. Bronzong's the only real check-in. Bronzong is super pressured. Like, every Pokemon on Starmie's team just wears it down. Like, there's nowhere Starmie check. There's nowhere Arrow check. There's no real Heracross check outside maybe Gyarados. Yeah. Bronzong is just guy holding the weight of the world on its shoulders. I don't think it can keep it, I'll be honest. Raikou looking decent. Thunderbolt HP Ice obviously hits everything, but Hippowdon and Venusaur are really fat and get Earthquake. Gyarados is decent here, but Starmie has good checks. I don't know. I feel like Starmie is just a matchup. Like they have good checks to all of Coop's offense, and they can really pressure all their defense. Miss Magus is a good spin blocker into Starmie, but the sand makes it a lot harder because that chip does kind of, because the margins on Miss Magus spin blocking Starmie are really, really tight. So the sand makes that a lot harder for it to do. I mean, it's going to be hard for Coop to keep rocks up. I'll say Starmie does have a spinner, but Coop Spear is a Kabutops. She's doing amazing here. Just lets in some things for free. So I guess, but Starmie just comes in, like, what do you do back? I guess you can try against D, but I don't know. Like, I feel like it's going to be hard for Coop to keep rocks off, too, and spikes. I think I have to give this match to Starmie. It just looks really heavily in their favor. Let's get into it. Coop off Starmie. We see Heracross lead into Bronzong. Heracross to close combat for 42 turn 1. Bronze proving to go rocks. Yep. Out to Miss Magius. Heracross to close combat again. It's obviously do nothing. Vulnerable goes down for 56 as Heracross go Night Slash and do 91. That's a lot of damage. This Magius is now very, very well. I mean, it should be easy for Starmie to spin later. Get off the Thunderbolt into Bronzong, of course, but we're just going to Heat and Power, Fire, do 35. Bronzong is lefties, but it looks like a roll. So he's not. He would rather give a Sleep Powder, fair enough. So now Bronzong's kind of neutralized. In comes Infernape, and we go Leaf Storm here. Get off 51. That Infernape just took a wild chip for virtually no reason. Flamethrower comes off, is going to kill the Venusaur, but I mean, Coop's team is taking a wild chip and the Bronzong's asleep. Starmie's going to come in, yet we have to sack the Bronzong here, but Hydro Pump's going to KO anyway. In comes Raikou. Hippo is a very obvious switch from Starmie's side, no reason not to do that. We got Thunderbolt, but it's going to do nothing, of course. And in comes Miss Magius on the Earthquake, so Miss Magius took the game for free, but like, I don't know, it's dying this turn anyway. Heracross can be sacked to presumably a Shadow Ball. No, we're going to trick it. Trick a Choice Scarf onto Heracross. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, I'll be honest. Heracross is then kind of scary. Yep. Out to Starmie. Gonna get up a Dragon Dance with Gyarados. Is this like Scarf Starmie? It could be. We haven't seen our move yet. It is Scarf, and Gyarados is not Wakan. So yeah, Starmie's gonna KO that. Yeah, Coop's through it for about now. Raikou can come in for sure, but like, what do you do a Hippo? I guess you Calm Mind, but surely you're lefties. You're not even Shucka. You're a sub, but like, you don't 2 KO with Hidden Power. There's no way. It's a Hippo. Yeah, Hidden Power only dealing 35. And it can just Earth. It's giving us a Fire Fang. Okay, so it might not be he's packing Earthquake. What was he called with the Fire Fang? What would be I have no idea. Okay, I'm not sure why he clicked Fire Fang there because we already took out the ground immunities. Yeah, Hidden Power anyway. We're Earthquake now. Might have been a misclick on the Fire Fang, honestly. I would bet that's what it is. But we're out of range from our Hidden Power, and we can just start slack-offing. It's going to do that. Kabutops going to come in. The entire team was left weak to Earthquake now. Waterfall going to do 69. His Hippo is going to kill us. He's got Earthquake that does KO. Yes, Hippo is just putting in massive amounts of work in this late game. Infernape comes in, going to Grass Knot. Hippo's going to go down. But don't you just move to the Heracross, use Scarf now? Or Arrow. You also use the Arrow. The Arrow's got Earthquake, and then we know this thing isn't Shucka. And you know, Starmie's going to win this like very, very clearly, pretty dominant too. Scarf Starmie made a lot of sense. I like that a lot here. The tricking, it didn't really matter, but I guess it was cool. Yeah, I know. What non-Wakan Gyarados into Starmie, I feel like is a throw. I feel like you always have to run Wakan Gyarados into a Starmie matchup, like either to give you a chance to set up on it or to prevent it from revenging you with Scarf. Even if it's not Scarf, like you don't kill it at +1 with Earthquake if it's running bulk. Like you have to run I think you have to run a Wakan Gyarados into Starmie. That's just like a must. I'm not even sure what item you were, but that seems pretty like mandatory. Yeah, so that's a pretty big win for Starmie here, going to advance to top 64. Hey, let's get the next one. Alright, so the next one we do have Venga, the reigning Smogon TPP champion. Expert Belt Bite. I mean, sure, Expert Belt kills Starmie, but like it doesn't kill if it's like bulky. I'm pretty sure it doesn't kill if he's like Scarfius revenges you. You just need to get Chip on it, then like kill with Earthquake, or even you can still run the Bite without E-Belt. To be honest, right? Like, let's look at a matchup. What did you need? What were his wars? His only wars was Starmie. Well, so Starmie and especially what you need Waterfall, Bite, Ice Fang. That's fine. I feel like going I don't know. I don't think E-Belt was necessary there at all. So we have Venga, seed 62 versus Brooks Y, seed 67. As I mentioned, Venga is the reigning DPP draft champion on Smogon, so very, very good DPP player. I don't know Brooks' ADP experience, but obviously they made it this far, so pretty solid. Let's get into it. First, we're going to see Kingdra is crazy here. Like, Rain is also very, very good. You have to... T-Tar can neutralize it, but, like, it doesn't enjoy taking the hits. And nothing else really enjoys taking the hits either. T-Tar is looking very, very strong, though, of course. Though, I mean, there's Scissor Revenge, and Nidoqueen can come in, take an Earthquake, and probably live. But it's still not great. Yeah, Coop, it happens. We all have bad games. It happens. Like, I play, like, ass in pools. It happens to the best of us. Let's see. Zapdos looking decent, but obviously there's a ground type, a steel type, and like T-Tar. But it's still like going to be pretty important for checking the Breloom, of course, and checking Gliscor depending on that set. Alakazam is having a tough time. You really need to have focus spots on T-Tar, and T-Tar keeps us from Chople Berry for it. I know, like, it was tough. Gengar also is a rough matchup outside. Like, the Scissor can... Obviously, you can HP Fire Scissor, but you might have to run Colbur for, like, Pursuit. That's kind of scary. I know, this is looking... It is looking pretty even. Honestly, near side is a great way to break for each other. I think I'm gonna lean Brooks, but it is really hard to call. Let's get into it. Venga on the left, Brooks on the right. HP Ice from Persian could come out, do 84 to Gliscor. Okay. Well, that gets the Brox, but it does force it out. And we're going to go for a Bite of all things. I mean, it's strong. It's 60 base power, so boosted by Technician. Out to Nidoqueen. Free Seismic Toss with the Registeel. Get some chip. Ice Beam from Brooks, KOing the Gliscor. But also, Gliscor wasn't doing much at this point anyway. Slowbro's going to come in. Zapdos is the switch. What's Slowbro going to do? Get a Psychic for 36. That's not even bad damage. That might be a more offensive Slowbro depending on the Zapdos spread. It's going to Roost Up on the Registeel switch. Into Nidoqueen. Unless Seismic Toss is still going to heal off a good chunk of that with leftovers. Super Fang getting a ton of damage on Registeel, but it is in range of 2 more Seismic Tosses even with... Well, the leftovers keep salvaging their Seismic Toss, which is nice. Slowbro's going to come in on the Super Fang, taking a ton of chip as well. This Super Fang Nidoqueen putting in work. Taunting the Slowbro so he can't slack off either. You have very good Stallbreaker set from Brooks here. Scissor is going to come in as we Psychic on Windows 18. It's going to Pursuit, but Slowbro's going to stay in, and Quick Flamethrower should knock out. Yep. Scissor is going to go down here. It's a big threat gone. Zapdos going to KO Slowbro with a Thunderbolt. T-Tar's going to come in this time, okay. It's Scarf, so it's going to Stowage, knock out the Zapdos right here. Is Nidoqueen in range? Probably not from 35, right? No way, yeah. It's probably a bulky Nidoqueen anyway. Super Fang, but calling out the Gengar to get in for free is very good play by Benga there. And sure, we kills this thing. We're going to call the Persian switch, go into T-Tar, and we are Scarf, so we do outspeed by a couple points. Unless we are not creeping it, and it's running Natural Gift Fighting and Crunch. I mean, I guess it's a Persian. I get not creeping it, but I feel like if you're running Scarf, you might as well, right? You might as well. Anyway, Crunch. Does Nidoqueen really live Crunch from that range? I don't know if it does, but anyway, go into Gengar. It does have a levitation chance for free. Shalbow's gonna come out. He's gonna kill Nidoqueen. Brooks down just 2 Pokemon. Alakazam comes in. Gengar's gonna protect. Scout what he wants to do. Alakazam's gonna sub though, punishing that protect really damn hard. That's really big momentum for Brooks here. In comes Torkoal's last Pokemon, which could be a sack. Yes, I just gonna destroy it. It is Life Orb though, and Life Orb plus Sand is doing plus sub is getting this Alakazam really low, really fast. Shalbow's gonna kill the Torkoal. Wait, why would you Shallow Ball that? Oh, I guess you don't have to hit T-Tar if it came in for something. I don't know. Get Protect with the Gengar Gander 6%. Yeah. I miss Zam taking so much chip. Now you just go out the T-Tar again. T-Tar probably was a hit. It's going to focus Blast and land, so Zam just get off one more attack, and it really depends what the last Pokemon Brooks decided. But Gengar can just come in and protect, of course, and Alakazam's going to go down. Oh, wow. He does not protect. He just expects to switch. He goes out Psychic. That's huge. Wow, I don't agree. I feel you always protect, right? You have to protect. Kingdra's last Pokemon came Registeel 1v1 this. Like, why would you not protect there? I don't get... Oh, it's Crit Draw, but we're going to get Paralyzed. Yeah, why would you not protect there? I'm very confused. Like, why would you just let your Gengar go down? That doesn't make any sense to me. I know. There we go, Seismic Toss. Hydro Pump's going to miss. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's probably the end of the game then. Seismic Toss again. Hydro Pump's going to hit. It's not going to crit. With the crit, I think it would have killed with the crit. Yeah, it's the 3 times damage, but... Yeah, no... I mean, crit's only 50% this gen with, Yeah, crit is only 50% with, I'm pretty sure crit is only 50% with Scope Lens and Sniper. I mean, Scope Lens and Focus Energy. So, like... Yeah, you didn't crit. Like, it's a 40% chance to win, right? Well, I guess no. You need to hit 1 of 2, so it's 80%. No, so it's one of them. The first one is like, I guess like at minimum, it's like a 64% chance to win if my math is right. But like you are not guaranteed to win at all here. Like that's not guaranteed. When you need to hit one of the two and you need to crit it. Actually, wait, how much health was that the first one? Yeah, you need to hit two and crit. I know it's not guaranteed. Like that Hydro Pump, I know. Like it wasn't in his favor, but like 64 are not the best odds. Yeah. I mean, I think, yeah, so, but I don't get Venga sacking the Gengar for no reason now, Alakazam, right? Why don't you just protect there and, like, preserve it for whatever the Kingdra's in the back? I guess you're scared of Kingdra staying up on you. I know, I don't get that play at all, but, it's fine. Venga's still gonna win. I mean, we see them calling the Slowbro calling the Scissor Pursuits very, very good. There's, one of the Persian sets of all time. He and Power Ice, Bite, Natural Gift is fighting as a set of all time. Cool Stallbreaker from Neoqueen. Sub Zam doing work, but yeah, Vegas can take them to 1-0 win on that game. Let's get next game. We have game 8. We have Ace seed 1 versus Coconut seed 128. Coconut did win their playoffs game, but I mean their play-ins game like 5-0 or something, I think, very, very dominantly. But Ace obviously has the 1 seed, has a pretty big target on his back. Can Coconut pull off like the biggest possible upset? We will see. Let's get into the matchup here. Let's see. Well, double Milky Waters can't kind of check Suicune and Jolteon, but Suicune still looks a little scary here, honestly. Like, you don't have a great physical way to pressure it. Like, it outspeed. Like, yes, you have a couple boomers, but, like, it's not the best. Scissor isn't great here either into, like, always steel resists. It is going to be very important here to, like, break down Uxie, because not much else breaks down Uxie. Zapdos looking very, very good here. You just have to watch out for Jolteon and Snorlax, but it's very doable to make it do work. On air, you know, Kingdra looks fantastic. The War Resists are Suicune, Roserade, Polygraph, and Suicune can handle it, but, like, they get worn down, and Mega Grass also helps with that, because those are still the Mega Grass checks. Mega Grass does have the best matchup. Those top 3 all kind of shit on it, as does Claydol, but it can still definitely force progress, as it always does. And Snorlax looking very good for Ace. Not much on Koga's side. You might need, like, an Aqua Berry, like, Swords Dance Superpower Scissor or something, or, like, Roar a couple things. This Snorlax is very, very threatening. On Koga's side, I think Polygraph is definitely the clear one of the 3 bottom 3 to come. Because, I mean, I guess you could Mischievous and try and spin block the Blastoise. Could be solid. And, like, get up Spikes with... Yeah, that could actually work. Spikes. Getting up Hazards with Roserade and Claydol, and then blocking spin with Mischievous could work. So, I mean, Polygraph... I think Rabash probably doesn't come. I guess it could, but like, I don't think it really comes here because it doesn't have Wild Charge this chance, so it can't really do shit to Blastoise. So, I think it's the top 5 plus 1 Mischievous and Polygraph and top 6 for Ace. And based on that, I think I'm going to give the matchup to Coconut. But Ace obviously has the 1 seed, is still obviously done very well so far. Let's see it. Ace on the left, Coconut on the right. Roserade into Uxie. Uxie's going to Magic Coat and turn. Oh no, he doesn't know. Yeah, in Gen 4 Magic Coat's shit, it does not bounce Hazards or Taunt or like all that shit. It only bounces like status moves like Sleep Powder and Toxic. So yeah, that Toxic Spike, and Ace does not have a guard poison. That's huge. We still only do 41, but yeah. That Magic Coat, that not knowing about what Magic Coat did was really bad. That Toxic Spike is huge. Sleep Powder's coming. And based on the fact he ran Magic Coat makes you think he might not be packing the Blastoise or might not be packing Spin. You have a second Toxic Spike, and yeah, Zen Headbutt good crit, brings Rosie down to its Sash. Probably a Sleep Powder. We're going to Magic Coat on. Oh man. So funny enough, the Sleep Powder missing is actually really bad for Ace here. Because Magic Coat would bounced it. Ace just quick it again. It's going to go Weave Storm this time though. Now it's going to kill. So yeah, Zen Headbutt going to KO the Roserade. I like the name by the way, Maximum Pegasus. Anyway, in comes Edward Scissorhands. Magmar did come. Okay, Magmar's here. Interesting. Let's look at him. I guess Magmar's a Scissor check. I get it. It's a Scissor check. It's kind of a Roserade check. I don't think it's great here, but fair enough. Suicune's gonna come in though. Tycoon Simulator. I like good names by Coconut so far, I will say. Swap out Snorlax. It is immune. It does not get poisoned here, but Suicune is just gonna start calm minding up. It's got a Hydro Pump. It's Snorlax packing Boom. It's just gonna curse. Okay. But he's taking a lot of damage from that Hydro Pump. Suicune's going to calm it again. Snorlax is going to return, so it's not running by him. 74. That's a lot of damage. Extra damage over by him coming in clutch here. Hydro Pump's going to miss, so Snorlax is going to stay relatively healthy and KO. Scissor's going to come in. And the fact that this isn't leftovers means it's probably your Custap or a Chesto. Anyway, Scissors can come in Superpower. Get a ton on the Magmar. Magmar's knocking off the Flame Body. Unfortunate. That would have been big if it did. Obviously, only 30% chance. Magmar gonna get off the rest. In comes Uxie on the spin, so rocks are gone for now. Uxi's got a heal bell, so gets rid of the sleep on Magmar, so it might just be rest on Snorlax without just about never rely on heal bell Uxie. Quail's gonna get rocks, but now Uxi's gonna attempt to, but Quail can just spin these. Out to Kingdra. Kingdra getting poisoned in rocks is rough for it. Is one barrier, so we proc the one barrier. Lots of anti-status measures on Ace's team here. We go Waterfall doing only Fairy Free. It's a pretty bulky Scizor. You have U-turn for 65. That might be banded, honestly. I don't know if it's banded, but it feels like it might be. I don't not great with head calcs. Zapdos gonna come in quick HP ground, I presume, and do and KO the Metagross in 2. That's specs. 77's a lot. It might be specs. Like 77's a lot of damage for a Hain Power into Metagross. Fire Punch can come off and we do 285. Quail's gonna boom, taking out the Snorlax. That's a big for Mococonut. The Snorlax is very good here. Jolteon's gonna come in as the Zapdos to bring in. We know it's HP ground. Thunderbolt's go do 61. It's clearly offensive Zapdos. Yeah, that's definitely specs. That's a specs as fuck Zapdos. Oh my god. Does Magmar's die to specs HP ground? I assume it does, right? Yeah. Like, surely. And now you go Uxie. I feel like, why did you sack your Magmar? Sure, you could just go Uxie first, right? You know it's specs, like, based on damage. Sure, you know it's specs by now. Like, you could have preserved the Magmar to help with Scizor, maybe whereas Zen Headbutt. I mean, does your team fall apart? I don't think the Toxic Spikes even did that much, I'll be honest. Like, I don't think the Toxic Spikes did not do... but the Zen Headbutt match is unfortunate. That's unfortunate. How much is Zen Headbutt doing? Yeah, we've got Zen Headbutt misses unfortunate, but now I don't think this is in range of... It's a Focus Punch. Can you just go rest? Okay. But without the Lumberry, yeah. And yeah, that wins. Probably going, yeah, definitely unfortunate not knowing the Magic Coat mechanics. I don't know if I'd say the whole team fell apart without, a lot of anti-status measures, but it just wasn't enough. Toxic Spikes did put in a ton of work. I won't like discount that. Very good Roserade. I like that. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Specs makes a lot of sense on Zapdos. HP ground is pretty spammable here, and so is Thunderbolt, so I like that a lot. I'm happy to see Poliwrath doing work. You guys know I love my goofy abilities. I talk about Zoroark, I talk about Camerupt. Poliwrath is another one I really like. He's just really cool. And he does like stuff sometimes like he did here. Yeah, unfortunately the Magic Coat did not work. And he had a different move, unfortunately. Yeah, Magic Coat in Gen 4 is just really shit. It gets buffed in Gen 5 because of the existence of Magic Bounce. They wanted to make Magic Bounce like a good ability, so they buffed Magic Coat significantly. But yeah, that's going to be a 3-0 win for Coconut, knocking out the 1 seed and advancing to top 64 as the 128 seed. Very impressive. Game 9, we have Nintendo Fatso versus FK Shiloh. Wow. We are just getting banger after banger after banger today. What the fuck? Like, holy shit. We have the DT1 champion. I believe he made top 8 last year in Nintendo versus a very, very good player in Shiloh. I believe he's a Smogon player, from what I understand. And looking at his draft, that does kind of feel it's a very fat draft, so I'm not surprised. So let's take a look at this matchup here. Dragonite looking decent, but as always, there are good checks to it, so it's gonna be hard for it to make progress. I feel like you might just run like mixed Dragonite here. I can see running both Draco, like Draco Outrage and Fire Blast or something like that. I know it's kind of hard to pinpoint a set for that. Raikou looking very good. Only real check is the Hippo. Hippo's a bit annoying for Tago to break down, but something like offensive Frostlass can help with that. I think offensive Frostlass isn't bad here, just have to watch out for Drapion Pursuit trapping it. But other than that, offensive Frostlass is really good. Tago's using offensive Frostlass really well all tour. Gengar's very scary though. No real Ghost Resist on Tago's side outside the Absol, and that progress will pretty frail. But I think Absol's a pretty likely bring here to try and pursue trap the Gengar. I'm not sure what you drop though. Maybe Zong. I can see dropping Zong actually. Zong's like good here. It's nice for Boom, but that's about it. And Gengar can kind of spin block on Tentacruel, but it doesn't enjoy taking repeated Surfs and Sand Chip. So that could be big. Raikou, yeah. It's a tough one. I mean, Shiloh's fat is really tough for Tago to break, I will say. I think I have to lean Shiloh here, but I'd say it's pretty even. Let's get into it. We see Tago on the left, Shiloh on the right. Frost into Blastoise. We're just going to trick it on turn 1, trick a Flame Roar onto Blastoise. Okay, Blastoise going to be taking a ton of chip, and Frost is going to get the lefties. Frost is going to be forced out here, though, into Tentacruel. As Blastoise is going to start taking 12% per turn, though. Terra comes in. It's going to knock off the Flame Orb, but it already is damage. Obviously, it was like it's already burned. Earthquake's going to come out. Only to Wavery. That burn actually on Blastoise coming in clutch here. Because it means Terra's not taking much damage. Bronzong does come in. Okay, so it did come in. Presumably over Absol, but I guess you can go drop something else. Skarmory is the switch. We're going to go for Rocks with the Bronzong, of course. Out to Frostlass on the Skarmory. Queen Hazard, but no, Skarmory's going to Brave Bird and crit. That probably didn't matter, but Frost is going to go down. Raikou is going to come in for Nintendo Foxo here. And in comes the Hippo on Shiloh's side. Just got Thunderbolt, do nothing, but you do all pressure at Skarmory, so that makes sense. Both will go back to full. We're going to get a Toxic with Raikou as Hippo's just got Earthquake, do 95. Raikou's going to go down to sand here. So Tago's really far behind already. See Swampert come in. The Skarmory's a switch. It's like a more offensive Swampert. It's going to start cursing. Okay, it is. It's going to get Brox with Skarmory. Swampert's going to Waterfall for 33. Is this Skarmory running Whirlwind or Roar? Hopefully. It's going to give a Spike. No, it's Brave Bird, Stealth Rock, Spikes, Roost apparently. So this Swampert already in a strong position. Now we know it's not Roar. We can just start cursing more, right? I guess to continue. Well, now, yeah. Now you've seen the fast move. You can just spam curse, right? Like, why wouldn't you? The Skarmory just no, he just wants to keep the pressure on Waterfall. Fair enough. I guess Waterfall is more PP than Roost, but now we're getting our curse up. Yeah, Skarmory gave up more hazards, but Swampert is looking very scary. Presumably, Blastoise does not have Roar. He would have brought it in already. Tog obviously with a bunch of hazards up now, but I don't know. Yeah, what is he doing to the Swampert? 53 now. Okay, Swampert can just keep boosting here. And Shadow doesn't even have a grass type, so it's going to be really tough for him to break down. Waterfall's going to kill Skarmory, but the Swampert's at 94, and it's at +2, +3. Magic comes in. I kind of doubt HP grass kills, right? It's going to switcheroo a Choice Scarf onto the Swampert. Swampert's going to go Earthquake. Does Shadow have a way to stop this, though? He has to go Gengar now, right? Yeah, Gengar comes in. Swampert is locked in Earthquake, so it's forced into Bronzong. Fair enough, but I mean, that Swampert did a ton of work here, breaking down the Bronzong and eliminating the Manectric. Shovel's going to come out. We're going to bring in Bronzong. It's going to start Calm Mining. Oh, it's a setup Bronzong too with rocks. Very interesting. Clef's got a Heal Bell, getting rid of the burn on Blastoise. And since it's no lost its flame, it was knocked. It doesn't do it. Extrasensory. Why Extrasensory? Oh, Extrasensory has 48 PP. Okay, I was like, why are you going this over Psychic? But it has 3 times as much PP. That makes sense. Because Extrasensory has 48, Psychic only has 16, so that makes sense. And it's Rest. Oh god, and Side Toss isn't free to KO. This is really big. Clef is going to Wish. Bronzong's going to stay asleep. Yeah, obviously it's not running up. Sweep Talk here. Hippo comes in. Is it running Roar? I don't know. It's gonna start. Oh my god! All the defensive setup. We see fucking Curse on the Hippo. Our chances are only gonna do 25, but can Hippo touch this? Like, it's gonna have another attack move or an Earthquake, right? It's gonna Fire Fang. Okay, that's 42. This Hippo now looking kind of frightening. But we're gonna go out to Dragonite. Okay, preserving the Bronzong. On the Fire Fang's gonna do very little. Yep, 15 even if the boost. Boy, it gets the burn. Oh shit, that's really bad for Toggle unless he's Special D-Knight. Out comes Blastoise. Is he Special D-Knight? He's got Ice Beam. Okay, so he's Special or at least mixed, but that's a really rough burn because now Dragon's taking 18% per turn. You have Thunderbolt, KO the Blastoise. I doubt that crit mattered. It probably didn't. Yeah, based on damage showing, it should have done like 52, I think. In comes Gengar. Dragons could go down here. Yep. That burn did a lot of work there for him. Because actually, I don't remember that much. Anyway, Hippo's going to come in on the Zong. Double into Pert. Okay. Are we going to have a Curse War on our hands now? Surely Pert wins that. Clefable's going to be the bring-in as we Waterfall for 39. It's not bad damage. Waterfall good for 43. Oh, we're going to get the flinch. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's really big. Clef is going to go down. I mean, it clicked a wall of Waterfall, so I get it. But Hippo's going to come in. Pert just go Waterfall for 53. Hippo's going to flinch. Has to be out of the game, yeah. That should probably end the game. Most likely. I mean, I don't think Gengar can win this, right? Probably not into these last 3. Quick shot on. Yeah, this even KO's a Fat Swampert. And Waterfall going to KO it. Yep. Tago is going to win Frios. Flinch has definitely helped in the end game. But I think, it would have been a chance ball otherwise. So, they obviously secured the win. But I don't think it was guaranteed either way for either player without those. Curse Pert was really cool. Oh, wait, can't curse. It's choice. I'm stupid. Yeah. Curse Pert was a cool bring. I like that line to this team. Trick Foil Frost was interesting. I would not have expected that, but it makes sense here. A lot of sense. Calm Mind Extrasensory Zong. I really like the idea of Extrasensory over. I really like the idea of Extrasensory over Psychic because of the IPP into a team that's fat. That makes a lot of sense. It's only 10 base power less, so like it doesn't really matter that much. Like sure, the special defense drop can help being like a Clef Calm Mind War, but realistically, you probably not gonna get into that situation. You have our checks to it. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, Curse Hippo was cool. Didn't really do that much. Switcheroo Manectric saving the day, but it didn't matter too much in the end. Yeah, Nintendo's going to win 3-0, moving him on to top 64, as he has every year. Let's get into our final game. So here we have DGS, a very, very good draft player, done very well on Smogon and in our draft scenes, versus Crashing Boom Bang, in case CBB, an amazing Smogon player who I don't think has that much draft experience, but he's a very, very good DVP player. He's been very dominant all tournaments, so this should be a good game. We have 2 pretty mill seeds too. Let's get into the matchup, I guess. First round, no, Suicune kind of goes bonk. Well, first round, we have all 3Bs. We have NT on DDS side and Raikou and Suicune on CBB side, so that's very funny. We'll have to see that. Suicune goes fucking bonkers here. I mean, what, you got your water resists aren't the best. Like, sure, you have Polygraph, but it can't back Extensor if it really wants to. Quaidol can't spin super effectively into Mismax, so spikes going up from CBB could be nice. Hitmonchan can't spin amazingly into Gengar either, though, so like both sides could get up spikes and they would probably stay up. Suicune looking decent. Obviously, like I mentioned, this looks pretty good. Raikou is also pretty good here. The ground type is Quaidol, which is the Mysterious check, and Jolteon doesn't really break it down that well. And Snorlax is not bad here either. Snorlax is looking very, very difficult for DJS to break in general. Yeah. CBB's like bulky offense score is just really frustrating for DJS here. Dragonite has a really tough time. Bronzong's probably its toughest matchup in the entire format. So Dragonite is really good here, of course, because Bronzong's only going to need to find ways to pressure Bronzong, which is easier said than done. Gengar has trouble into Snorlax, of course, but he's still pretty good here. I know, I think I have to give this to CBB. I think his bulky offense is just so strong in this matchup. Let's get the last game of the stream. We have DJS versus CBB, game 50 of top 64, or top 128. Jordan skip a Baton Pass and turn away into Skarmory as Snorlax go belly drum. What the fuck? Gets up a Citrus Berry here, okay. It's gonna Focus Punch. Skarmory's gonna Spike. It's gonna Oko, isn't it? Yeah. Skarmory just dies there. Holy fuck. Quaidol comes in, forces out the Quaidol, and CBB calls the boom and the desperation boom and goes to. I mean, CBB is in such a strong position. Thunderbolt only doing 44. Wow. Give another 41. What's Bronzong gonna do? He's gonna boom. CBB is in complete control of this game, up 5-3. And Snorlax can come back in on Gengar. Gengar's gonna focus, but it's gonna miss. I assume Snorlax goes to the dark move. Yeah, Crunch. Doesn't kill, but obviously it's really rough, taking a lot of damage for nothing. Focus Blast gonna miss again. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate, missing the Focus Blast again. DS gonna come in, but yeah, it's gonna start Dragon Dancing, but what can you do, right? Return. It's offensive 247, yeah. Those Focus Blast misses are really unfortunate. It's gonna return again. Is that a roll? It might be. It's a roll, yeah, but D-Knight goes down. That's the end of the game. This Snorlax put on social hurt. Bulk up with Polygraph, that's something at least, but it's gonna return, do 30. Bulk up Polygraph can't 1v5, right? There's no universe can 1v5. This Knight sure has something to hit it with. You have Thunderbolt in Yas game. Crit doesn't really matter. Like, there's no way you can 1v5. I mean, those Focus Blast misses suck. Let's be honest with you. The Focus Blast misses were really bad. You lost your Gengar for nothing. And the crit kind of sucked. And, like, I don't know, man. I don't think it mattered. Like, in the long term, like, you lost your Quaidol to this booming. You lost your Jolteon to this booming. You lost your Quaidol for nothing. You lost your Jolteon for pretty much nothing. You lost your Skarm for virtually nothing because nothing came after the spike. Nothing came after the spike that took hazards. Like, where we spiked nothing except for hit the Snorlax once. And, like, missing Focus, I don't know, man. I just think CBB has completely outplayed this. Like, and out-prep, too. Like, the belly drum was really cool. I don't know, like, I don't know what to say. This definitely the most dominant game of the stream, but, like, it felt like, I mean, the belly drum Snorlax was really cool. I'm happy to see, like, a cool set at least do work. But that's CBB gonna move on to top 64 in an extremely dominant fashion. That's by far the most dominant game we've seen on stream. So next up, we will be picking up next time of the last 6 games of top 64 as top 128. As I said, only 56 of the games were played. Unfortunately, that's fine. It's still a good number. So next time we'll be picking back up with Lat versus Laxley, 2 quite solid players. With that, I'm gonna call it. I will probably be back later today.